Hey, it's Joy, and glad that you're back here at Joybird Art. I have a project going tonight that's a continuation of something I started a couple days ago. This is a painting that is of a bowl of cherry tomatoes that we picked from our garden this summer, and a pepper there that you can see in the lime green there at the bottom. So I'm going to work on this a little bit tonight. It's the first really cool night, so I've moved inside to the home studio. I've got a candle going. It's nice and cozy in here, got some music and some nice lighting. So I'm going to paint here with you for a little bit. I started with the reds and the oranges here on the tomatoes the other day. I've really only done one pass with them so far, and then just one pass with the lime green here. I'm just going to go in and get a little more orange on these tomatoes. These are really, really cool cherry tomatoes that we had this summer. Very bright orange, very sweet, delicious. I think they were called Golden Sweet or something like that. I'm going to keep the colors of these varied because I have a photograph of this bowl of tomatoes on which I am basing the painting I'm doing. There's a lot of colors going on in those tomatoes that we had. I also want to lay in here tonight some of the lower level of the tomatoes here. What I started with the other day were the ones that are on top, which are whole. As you can see here, the ones that appear, you can see the entire tomato when you're looking from above like this. Add a little more pigment here to this one that I started the other day. I'm going to add just a little bit of orange and yellow mixing here to this tomato over here, but I don't want to make it too intense or dark. This candle I got smells so good. It's Honeycrisp Apple from Trader Joe's. I just love these candles. I have another that was Peach Black Tea, which I got in August, which I've been using, and then now they have the fall scents, of course. So I also picked up a Vanilla Pumpkin the other day, which is delicious. I'm pausing now just to look at the overall intensity of the colors I have going right now because I don't want to go too dark. But I definitely knew the other day when I was looking at this first pass on these tomatoes that one go at it wasn't going to do it because they really had such bold, vibrant colors. And like always, I'm going for a kind of balance between photo reality and a kind of color interpretation of what I'm looking at. Going for a style, just kind of letting it be what it is and taking from the inspiration of the actual colors and shapes in the photograph that I have to work with. Or if I'm working from objects in real life, like a still life. And I'm going to do a little light pass here on this red one. Don't want that one to get too dark. So I want to make sure I keep the variation of the other colors in this. Now, one thing I've not yet really begun to do is build up a sense of shape. And round, perfectly, or almost perfectly round, spherical objects can be kind of deceiving because they look so simple. But getting in there and being able to create a sense of volume and shape requires having a light source noticeable. So, for example, if you look at the photograph of these tomatoes, there'll be a white spot that looks like it's where the light is coming from. And in the case of this photograph, eventually there's going to be a shadow over here, a little bit of shadow here, so the light source is coming from this direction. So eventually I will have a little highlight spot right in there, kind of on these colors, but maybe a layer or two. I kind of take that out that I put there before that really is starting to happen. Let that blend in. Maybe a little bit of red there for this layer before. Kind of give that a rest for a minute. Those look pretty good for now. One thing I will be coming in and doing is adding some darker tone around the edges. As you can see, even just that little simple pass gives a little bit of shape. This won't dry looking exactly like that, but just to give an idea of what it's going to be like as I continue to build up these kind of delicate layers in glazing of the paint. Kind of leave that one for now. I think the one last thing I'm going to do for tonight in this video Put my first pass on this orange line that's around the perimeter of the bowl. Now this bowl is red, but it has, on the inside, it's mainly white and it has this really nice red pattern that I'm going to be laying in probably a few steps down the road. But I was looking really closely at the photograph last night and I noticed, even though I've had these bowls for a long time, noticed for the first time that there's an orange line around the edge. Just goes to show you that when you look very closely, because you're doing artwork, you see things in a different way. You see things you've never seen before. So very cool. Just gonna start with that here. Just simple, not worrying it too much, not being too fussy about how perfect it looks. This is going to change a little bit down the road as well. As I get in other layers and start to do the red and white pattern inside the bowl. I just thought that might be a nice accent to add for tonight. And to wrap up what I've got going here, what I'm doing. That's a nice little relaxing painting session. I'm going to sign off for now. Let all this dry. Thanks again for stopping by to Joybird Art.